That's a fact, so how? Sound Show Radio, man. That's a fact, man. You know how we do. Good afternoon, Mika baby. You know how we do, so how? Good afternoon. You know how we do. You know how we do, man. Right, man. That's a fact. Happy Saturday, man. We get ready to get started, right, y'all? Shit, man. Sound Show episode 75. Shout out to my cousin Mups 300 on the check-in. I see you, cuzzo. Shout out to my other cousin, Akil, aka Red Sin 77. You know what I mean? Always one of the fantastic four of the Sound Show Radio. You already know how we do. You know what I mean? What's going on, y'all?
Nothing, just enjoying today, beautiful day.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. We get ready to get started. That's a fact, right? So how we get ready to get started? Got a little Sound Pro special. We'll talk a little bit about some of the things going on with Sound Pros Productions. You know, my career, us at Sound Show Radio Squad, all of that, man. Some of the things we've been through, and we'll continue on. You know, this is just the beginning of it, and then we'll continue on as the episodes go by. We'll start giving little breakdowns of things that's going on with me as a producer and executive, and then with us at Sound Show Radio, right, y'all? But you know how we do, man. The promotion for this show is for the Sound Pros compilation, right? So it's only right that we start off with this record, you know what I mean? This is Sound Pros featuring AE, TK the Artist, and Black Seas. This joint is called I Go, off the Sound Pros compilation 1. I'm going to bring back that intro one more time, man. That's a fact, you know what I mean? Once again, RIP to Harlem legend Black Seas. We got AE on here representing BK, TK representing the Bronx, and Black Seas representing Harlem. Let's get ready to get into this joint, man. The first single off the Sound Pros compilation 1. This joint is called I Go. Sound Pros featuring AE, TK, and Black Seas. Let's get ready to get into this, man.
Sound Pros Productions.
Right. Produced by me, H2 for Sound Pros Productions, man. You know how we do. Let's get ready to get started. SS75, man. Let's go.
Mr. 123 on the
yeah, man, you know how we rock out. Shout out to everybody who supports Sound Show Radio. Good afternoon, y'all.
Okay, LYN. No pin. The only pad I need is after the fact. Me and Shorty decided to see.
I see you, Mika, baby.
Blow these trees. Keep a bad bitch on
Sound Show every Saturday 2 to 3.
Slaying for changing this game. It took a spit, it's a target for the switch frame. My mom was in time with flicking lines.
Sound Post compilation cover on the screen, right? So hard.
Left the stress behind to get my mind right. All flooded with H2 and TK. Real rap from NY. Boogie down to BK. Yeah, we got hit.
We do, y'all. Sound Show Radio. Let's go.
I go. When none of these niggas seem to go.
Yes.
Whenever the beat drops or flows. So hard you can't stop me. I know it's my time, so just watch me. When none of these niggas seem to go. Whenever the beat drops or flows. So hard you can't stop me. I know it's my time, you can't clock me. This the first to catch breaks since 1997. Call me on the mic, I spit clouds of heaven, straight stunting. A hot head headed for destruction. I write punchlines that'll give you a concussion. Creating every crime with a New York state of mind. Only dropping down for new models on the line. 77 lessons in my prime, no limit. I'm kidding. You get the 80 after words come out your mouth. There's a lot you said. Ain't even realize the shit. What the fuck are you dead? I got that free music, animated, it's eczema itching. Spin drugs, y'all waiting for physicians for prescriptions. Shit is official where I grew up. Ironic how these pussies are grew nuts. Strip you on Wall Star, whoop your ass. You better not even squeeze the thread, coughing up the cash. I go. When none of these niggas seem to go. I go. Whenever the beat drops or flows. I go. So hard you can't stop me. I know it's my time, so just watch me. When none of these niggas seem to go. I go. Whenever the beat drops or flows. I go. So hard you can't stop me. I know it's my time, you can't clock me.
Been in this zone for a while, I compile all my best work. Heavy quotables, they admire by excellence, inspired by experts to exceed them. Now they hearing my highlights, ESPN. Question my program, but all we do is win. Cut deeper than any blade, but all we use is pens. Autobiographical detail that won't be undersold at retail. Control the street sale. Elaborate schemes to live dreams. That's my book title. The larceny in his heart will mix a crook life with wild homicidal in the context of killing shit. It's complex but simple at the same time. Villainous, various attempts prove futile in the end. Remorse at a loss, no subtle in these men. Rebuttals I send in clips of 16. Keep my pen game from big to big screen.
When none of these niggas seem to go, whenever the beat drops, I flow. So hard you can't stop me. I know it's my time, so just watch me.
Yes.
When none of these niggas seem to go,
We go. You know what I mean? Sound Show Radio, you know how we do, man. Here we go, y'all. Sound Show every Saturday 2 to 3 right here at DTF Radio, man. We display some of the hottest indie and mainstream hip hop and R&B from artists all over the world. You know how we do, man. We go. I go, man. Off the Sound Post compilation part 1. Yes, man. Sound Post featuring TK, AE, and Black Seas, man. This one is called I Go, produced by me, H2 for Sound Post Productions. You know how we get started, right, y'all? SS75, right? So high. Right. Right. Welcome to SS75, right? Yo, we getting it started regardless. There was a little traffic on the highway, but we got here still. We gonna rock out, right? You know what I mean? Yo, shout out to Heck, shout out to DTF Management, always holding us down. You know what I mean? We're doing a little Sound Pro special today, right? We're gonna start building up, talking about, you know, us, you know what I mean? Myself as a producer, executive, us as a team, a radio squad, and so much more that we getting ready to bring to the table, right, y'all? Right, so we get ready to get started. Just a little declaration, because I didn't do that before the show. All music displayed on the shows for promotional use only. Any independent music we play is songs that I produce or songs from artists we are in direct contact with. Any mainstream music we play is songs that are already on public domain. Nothing is solicited anyway. We do own the rights to the show, right, y'all? That is a fact, man. Good afternoon, y'all. You know how we do, man. We had to start off with that. That's a fact, right, Soha? Sound Show Radio Squad. We had to start off with that Sound Pros record, right? We had that, right? We had that Sound Pros promotional flyer, the promotion for the Sound Pros compilation on the flyer, you know what I mean? So we had to let it be known. We start off with that. We're going to talk a little bit about that and more, you know what I mean? So let's get ready to get started, Mika baby. I'm going to come around real quick. You know what I mean? Let's get ready to get started, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, even though, you know, we all a team, we still playing like a guest when we go to interview ourselves.
That is a fact, H.
Just breaking down a few things that we've been through. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
That's a fact. I'm gonna sit over there too and all that. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, we get ready to get started, right? Good afternoon, y'all. Sound Show Radio. We started to the 3. You know what I mean? Myself, each to the Sound Pro, so hot up, Mika baby.
Yes,
Red
yes.
Santa's not here with us, but you already know we've been holding it down for a year and a half already, right, y'all?
That's a funny.
So let's get ready to get this started, Mika baby, with the protocol guest questions, even though I'm not a guest.
Exactly. Let's go, man.
That's a fact.
So why don't you let the world know who doesn't know where you're from?
What's going on, y'all? I know we already H2 Sound Post Productions and Sound Show Radio. I'm from Harlem, New York, born and raised. You know what I mean? Born and raised Harlem, New York. I've only lived one other place. I lived in Texas for 3 years, but that was only between 11 and 14. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm Harlem, New York City, born and raised. You know what I mean? Word, you know what I mean? That's a fact.
Yeah, I love it. Harlem stand up, baby.
That's a fact, right?
Yes,
We're rocking, man.
yes.
We're doing our own little interviews for us as a radio squad right now, man. To let people know, you know, what's going on with me in my career as a producer and us as a radio squad, right, y'all?
That's a fact, H.
Go ahead, Mika baby.
So the next question I have for you, H2, why don't you let the world know what inspires you?
Wow, man. What inspires me is, of course, life itself, you know? We all go through things in life, ups and downs, in-betweens, and all of that. So just life itself inspires me. And then creative arts. I always loved music. I always loved production. I was an artist first before I became a producer. But, you know, I took to audio production as my muse for inspiration. And I've just been making beats for over 2 decades now, 20 years as a producer. You know what I mean?
Wow, 2 decades in the game.
Got a few credits, right? A couple of credits in the industry. I sold 4 beats in the industry on the mainstream level. And I've also produced over 100 independent records for indie artists. So, you know, I'm still on the come up, man. You working right so hard?
crazy.
That's a fact, right, Mika, baby?
Yes,
I'm coming right back through so high, you know, we gotta still coordinate some music while we talk, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's a
We
fact,
are
man.
a live broadcast.
We are a live music display / broadcast, you know what I mean?
Radio shows.
Right, that's a fact, you know what I mean? With our show radio, you know how we do, man. We Saturday 2 to 3.
2 to 3 right
We
here,
appreciate
baby.
everybody's support, so we're gonna move on to this next record, right, y'all?
Yeah.
You already know, man. Since we playing hot records off a compilation album off the Soundpost compilation, we're gonna get into the So Hot Up and H2 request of the day off this hot compilation album from another hot producer, right? Shout out to the homie Harry Fraud, man. He's a dope producer. If y'all don't know about him, check him out, Google him. He's produced a lot of fire records for a lot of mainstream and indie artists as well. This joint we're about to get into is Harry Fraud featuring Rick Ross off that Coast album, right? So hot? Right, you know what I mean? The Coast album is fire too. Make sure y'all check that out. Right, so we're about to get into this joint, man. This is Harry Fraud featuring Rick Ross. This joint is called Know About. So Hot Up, H2 request of the day, Sound Show Radio. You know how we do. Booyah. We are working, man.
La música de Harry Fraud.
La Musica, Harry Fraud, right? All music displayed for promotional use only. Let's go. Sound Show 75.
Come right back at
You know how we rock. Shout out to Harry Fraud. Shout out to Rick Ross.
Shining like Sonny Liston, smoking that Joe Frazier, profit like Muhammad.
You know how we do, Mika, baby.
Watching cake, you gang banging, I'm dope dealing.
More
My
interview,
chain
more music,
swinging,
and all
I'm
of that.
just a dope nigga. Magic bought the Dodgers, I just bought the projects, broke down 100
You know how we
bricks.
do, y'all.
Same profit margin, another day at the pub. I just wanna play ball. That's my cat and my drugs. It's my bet in my club. High as Daryl Strawberry and back in the club. Sorta Tommy Lasorda. Most of my niggas is snorters. Keep a 40, bust a nigga. I dare you report it. Keep a 40, bust a nigga.
Let's go, Mika, baby. Hey, here you go.
Right up the street
That they ain't know about. Sound Show, handling biz they don't know about.
They had a pad out in Cali that you don't know about.
We on the come up crazy that they know about. Let's go, y'all. Sound Show Radio. We rock out all the time, with or without guests.
But I think the devil got me. Knock a nigga off, get on the phone and laugh about it. Old niggas always talking on the past tense. Hate to see a young nigga living these mansions. Hate to see a young nigga fucking these bad bitches. Fuck her from the back, I got that pussy ad-libbing. Moral of the story, tell a story so terrific. Hit the fan, flip the script, shit can get horrific. What's your body count, nigga? I'm double digits. If your name get on this list, somebody gotta get it. I got a bitch right up the street that you don't know about. I see that oven kind of money you don't know about. They had a pad out in Cali that you don't know about. You amongst niggas and killers you don't know about. I got a bitch right up the street that you don't know about. I see that oven kind of money you don't know about. They had a pad out in Cali that you don't know about. You amongst niggas and killers you don't know about.
Right. Sound Show. Every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here at DTF Radio, where we display some of the hottest indie and mainstream hip-hop and R&B from artists all over the world, man. You know how we do this, right, y'all? That was some heat right there.
That was some heat songs, fire songs.
That's a fact, right?
As I say,
We gonna bounce
you
around,
know
right,
it.
baby?
You know it.
So let's get into some more questions. I'm gonna move around so high. You know what I mean? Never sat right here to get the Sound Show view. You know what I mean? Let's do it like this real quick.
We set up my camera.
You know how we do. Y'all Sound Show every Saturday, 2 to 3, DTF Radio. You know what I mean?
Nice, H.
What's going on, y'all? What up, H?
What up,
Y'all put
H?
the headphones and all that?
Nah, we want to. Whatever fits you.
Nah, I'm just messing around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is our platform. We used to it more than anybody else, right, y'all?
That is
This is our
right.
platform, man. We've been doing it for a year and a half right here at DTF Radio Sound Show. So we get ready to get into the next question. Right, Mika, baby?
You already know, H.
So it's so amazing to do this with our own team, man.
I
Shout out to us,
agree.
you know what I mean?
I agree,
I think
man.
we're amazing. We're gonna come up with something crazy. You know what I mean?
Something crazy,
You know,
man.
there's
This
so
is
much
dope.
more. It's Soundpost Productions and Sound Show Radio. We got
Facts.
music, we got the radio show. There's more to come, right, y'all? Just stay tuned.
I agree,
You know what I
man.
mean?
This shit is dope, man.
That's a fact.
Platform,
Let me get
everything.
something to drink. Yo, let me get ready.
Definitely, go ahead.
Yeah, get ready. I'm here.
Yes, yes.
Before, man. We are like no other radio show.
Like
No
no
other.
other.
No other.
Anywhere.
No other. Let's get it going, baby.
Yes, okay, so like again, we got H2 CEO of Sound Pros Productions.
That's right.
And also of Sound Show Radio.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Also our team member as well.
That's a fact.
You know, and he's here for his interview.
Right.
You guys,
We
yeah.
all bosses.
We all bosses. You already know.
Co-executive
VP
producer,
facts, you know what I mean?
We
You
do it us,
already.
man. So let's go.
Let's do it, man. So the next question I have for you, H, is tell us a little bit about how you became, a producer and executive in the music industry.
Oh, okay. Good look. That's a good question too, man. Me so high knows this, you know what I mean? I started out in a group, you know what I mean, called Sleepwalkers back in the 90s, like 96, right? Shout out to Chaotic, shout out to Amplifier. That was a time where groups had names like that, because it was names like Boogie Monsters and Grave Diggers, right, and all that, right? So our group was called the Sleepwalkers, you know what I mean? Like a Stephen King, had a name from like a Stephen King movie and all that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Amplifier, shout out to Chaotic. So on our demo, I produced 1.5 track on our 8-song demo.
Okay.
Right, so right, this is so I've known him for 14 years.
Right.
Since I was 14 years old.
Talking
So
about
he
childhood,
was around,
exactly.
He was around with the other homies when we were getting signed as right out of high school. We got signed too, right? So we got signed to Penalty Records. Right out of high school, man.
Y'all heard it
So,
here.
Penalty Records, if y'all don't know, that's a subsidiary of Tommy Boy. At that time, there was no other artists on the label except for Capone and Noriega. They just got there. Capone and Nori was like 20. You know what I mean? We were like 18 when we just got there. Right. So, that's what started me to become a producer. I produced a couple songs on our demo.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then, it's politics in the music business.
Of course.
I did with Penalty didn't quite work out and all of that. You know what I mean? That's when I learned how the industry works. I'm gonna name drop a little bit, but everything is in tasteful sense.
Of course.
At that time, Mace was on fire. He had just sold 4 platinums right so high at that time. So he had came to Penalty Records with another Harlem artist, Pierre Cardin.
Okay.
So Penalty Records seemed to have took to him at that time, and they kind of brushed us to the side because we were the new artists that were coming up, and we didn't have a cosign from a multi-platinum artist. So it's a lot of things that go on with the game, right? So
it's a lot of politics in it.
That kind of stopped me from wanting to be a recording artist, but I kind of got joined in becoming a producer because I'm like, I was a part of the audio. I was a part of the production that helped us get signed. You know what I mean? So that's what drew me to become a producer. So from 18 years old, I started working on producing even more.
That's
and then
hot.
I worked on my craft till about 22, 23. Then I started coming out publicly, with my work. Other than that, I've only produced on our demo.
Okay.
And then I waited till about at least 3-4 years in. Then I started playing beats publicly for artists around the way and all of that. You know what I mean?
Understand.
But the very first thing I got to do professionally was score beats on State Property 1, the movie. Shout out to my cousin Abdul Malik Abbott, who directed the movie.
Shout out to
He's
Abdul.
a Rockefeller director. He's directed over 14 plus videos for Jay and so much more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's dope,
how,
man.
I was able to connect to Rockefeller stuff early and score beats on State Property 1, the movie. Shout out to State Property, the squad.
That's
shout
a
out
fact.
to Rockefeller and all of that when that was going on. That was back in 2001. My cousin directed the movie, so I got to be around and see them create it and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But that's basically what got me to become a producer. You know what I mean?
That is dope.
That's
I love
a fact,
the
man.
answers,
We're
man.
gonna talk a little bit more, right, y'all?
You're ready. Be dropping some gems. H2 in the building. That is a fact. And that's no cap right there. No bias and no cap. That's the truth.
You know what I mean? But yo, you know how we do Sound Show Radio every
That's
Saturday
100.
2 to 3
2 to
DTF,
3.
right, y'all?
Moving here.
You know how we do, right, y'all?
You already
You know what I mean?
man.
That is a fact, man. So we've been playing some heat, right? We play some heat from a mainstream artist. Time to get into some shit from a fire independent artist, right? Yeah. Yo, shout out to the homie Taz Stacks, right? We had him in here, Sound Show 61. Make sure everybody go check that out. Available on our pages, right? Shout out to Taz Stacks, man. We're gonna get into this joint by Taz Stacks featuring Montega. This joint is called Peter Parker, right, y'all? This is some heat right here. Let's go, SS75, man. Shout out to Taz Stacks, man. Shout out to Montega. Shout out to Tuliani. Shout out to the Deuce. You know how we do. Let's go. SS75, man. More music, more discussions in a minute. Let's go. We do Sound Show Radio every Saturday 2 to 3 right here at DTF Radio. No video, just the song.
Like a dollar, feeding short a dollar, ain't give me a problem star. You gon' hit the bottom, repress me the bottom, glisten, feel like Diddy got. One might need more problems, like a buck, before we hit your block, this ain't no Peter Parker, like a dog. Finish show the dollar, and give me a problem starter. You gon' hit the bottom, bro, pass me the bottom. Glitch got him, feel like Diddy got him. More money, more problems, 50 got him. Many men wishing death upon me. Fuck a problem, I'ma show that you can leave that on me. Niggas lit, pack the split. Yeah, I'm feeling stiff. Yeah, Pino flip. Want the work, come and get it, bitch. I'm on the whip. She like the look of it, Medusa lit. She took a titty pics. I just gave her dick, she immaculate. That don't mean go bag the bitch. She ain't no Mac, her attitude is bad shit. Rags and riches, big old booty and bigger coochie. Major flicks, even major movies. Austin Powers, I'm so groovy. Might delete you, ready to do me. Up at the law, always play the chord. Slaying these bitches, you know I'm recording. Keep it wet, can't be boring. Lying that list, pussy be roaring. Get your block to send a Peter Parker like I dog. Finish show the dollar, ain't give me a problem starter. You gon' hit the bottom, but press me the bottom. Glitch got him, feel like Diddy got him. More money, more problems. Pray your power before we hit your block. Send a Peter Parker like I dog. Finish show the dollar, ain't give me a problem starter. You gon' hit the bottom, but press me the bottom. Glitch got him, feel like Diddy got him. More money, more problems.
I got money, so I got problems. I got hitters, they in Harlem, throwing dirt up on my name. It's okay, boy, I can solve it. It's okay, boy, I'm a monster. All I do is sleep and conquer. I might fuck your bitch tomorrow. I got dick that she can borrow. Pimp her ride like I'm a exhibit. Line you, I ain't finished. I can sell you like you rent it. Big dog like I'm Clifford. Niggas hate on me, I'm chillin'. Bitch, I'm Harlem villain.
Okay.
And it's double M shit. That's the brand that I invented. Wet your ass up like I'm Spider-Man.
Right.
But call me Iron Man. Man of Steel. Tell these niggas they need some more vitamins. I got green
How we
up in
do,
my
nigga,
hands
baby?
like I'm holding
Sound Show every Saturday,
Heinekens.
2 to
Take
3,
over
you
this
know what it
fucking
is.
rap game. Boy, I know I can. You again. Riding round town with my hooligans.
No, we be rocking
I
out,
ain't
y'all.
fuck back then, but now I hit to win. Let me in. Rapping 5 years, I am a veteran. In my prime, I've been more vocal than I ever been.
You know how we do. Sound Show every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here at DTF Radio, right, y'all? We display some of the hottest. Nah, I'm gonna let Mika Baby tell you. Tell them what we display, Mika Baby.
We display some of the hottest hip hop and R&B from artists all over the world, y'all. Indie and mainstream, you guys. Get into it.
That is a fact, man. Sound Show Radio, right, So Hot? Shit. Tell them So Hot, 2 to 3 is. You already know what it is. That's a fact, man. 2 to 3, you know what it is. We handle our biz. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Sound Show Radio. You know what I mean? That is a fact, Mika Baby. We gotta get through that one more question before we do the halftime break and keep it going. You know what I mean? We're gonna get through the show today. We're gonna get through it today, so how? When we started later now, we still gonna have fire content. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Take your time. It's okay. You're all good. Yep. Take your time. Make sure you're good.
Every Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m.
Right here.
Sound Show number 75, y'all.
That is a fact, right? Yeah, I appreciate this too. So I appreciate this, Mika Baby. You know, we got to work, continue to promote what we're doing, right, y'all?
That's 100.
All right, what's the next question we got, Mika Baby?
All right, H2. So the next question we have is, tell us about some of the artists and projects you work on, indie and mainstream.
Oh, good looking, man. That's a good question. Okay, I had the privilege, like I said, to score tracks on State Property One, the movie. Shout out to my cousin once again, Abdul, for directing the movie. He's the Rockefeller director. Shout out to Rockefeller for allowing that, because I produced the beats and Abdul is my cousin, they didn't have to clear the music.
That's a fact.
Of course, the stuff fit and it was hot, and you know we took it from there. I also went on to co-produce a track for Diplomats, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
You know, along with Q730, What's Really Good, the original version with the Coming to America beat. You know what I mean? There's a little controversy with that, right? So
Yeah.
the sample didn't clear. So the one that everybody hears on the radio, the one that everybody hears on the internet is the original one.
Right.
But the one that's on the album is the version with the replay beat, and that's the one that nobody likes.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it doesn't have that same essence as the original sample.
Right,
You
right,
can't
true.
create the same feeling by remaking the track. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was a lot of controversy with that, you know what I mean? A little jewel for you up and coming producers, right? So there's things going on with sample clearances and all of that, and you gotta know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a BMI licensed producer and all of that. There's a lot of stuff going on with sample clearances and all of that. When we sold that track, myself and Q730, of course, I was the one with the Rockefeller Connect, so I brought Q730 along with me, just being a thorough and a real dude that I am, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Right. So after we sold that beat, you know, Def Jam was like, yo, it's gonna cost us $30,000 to clear that Coming to America sample, yo. And why would we clear a $30,000 sample and we paid you guys as a producer $10K for the beat? So you know what I mean?
Right.
So in that being said, it kind of changed the dynamics of what was happening at that time, and why it wasn't a long term effect like good royalties and all of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it was only like just the track getting sold. You know what I mean? It didn't it didn't hit for the long run purpose. So because wasn't able to obtain the royalties and all of that from the sample not being cleared. So it's just some jewels to learn for you up and coming producers. Try to put out original music with no samples. If you put out music with samples, try to put that out just for promotional use only, or have it cleared by a label, or if you got the money, pay for it to get cleared. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I also was able to work on. I did an independent track for Freeways mixtape. I think this was back in 2011. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as far as independent artists, I work with hot independent artists like Loaded Lux. Shout out to Loaded Lux. One of the Harlem legends, one of the URL battle rap legends. I got to work with people like him. I got to work with who else? Harlem legend A Mafia. Shout out to A Mafia. Diplomats affiliate. You know what I mean? Even the game CEO, but Diplomats affiliate. Shout out to A Mafia. I got to work with him. I work with countless other artists, man. Artists who were underneath Sound Pros like TK the Artist. I work with Black Seas. List goes on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So many different artists. I produced over 100 independent songs.
That's right.
Indie artists, you know what I mean?
Right.
That is a fact, you know what I mean? So we're
You
gonna
just
get back
dropped
to
some gems, man, on them for real
Right.
quick.
Multiple mixtapes on that fifth.
Right, multiple mixtapes,
Not just the Sound So Pre.
Right. It's
Yeah.
not just the Sound Pros compilation.
Exactly.
I produced, I had like over seven albums I executive produced. 2 TK albums who were on thatfifth.com and online on all streaming platforms.
That's right.
Executive produced Black Seas, the Black Print double CD mixtape.
Right.
That's out online.
Hot.
Executive produced the Stealth mixtape, Group Indie Artist mixtape, the Sound Post Compilation 1 that's available on that pit, right?
Exactly.
Sound Post Compilation 2 is on the way,
So you gotta
as
check
well
it
as
out.
the Sound Show Radio mixtape.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? So a lot of projects are already executive produced, but it's a lot more on the way. We also working on Gunham McCloud, the Ace Dawn new project.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. There's a lot of people whose projects we're working on, a lot of new artists we are working with on their projects.
That's a
So
fact.
shout out to that. We're gonna come back and answer a few more questions, right? Me?
No doubt.
I'll come
Hey,
back
Sue,
and play
that was
another
dope,
fire
man.
record, you know what I'm
already
saying?
know, man.
Now we do Sound Show Radio, right? So we enjoying this shit, man.
We enjoying this shit.
Right, every
now.
Saturday 2 to 3 right here at DTF Radio,
Yeah,
man.
baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shit.
you and Ace too.
Right, man.
You know what I mean?
You know how we do this shit, Mika baby. So we about to get into the fourth record of the track list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's get ready to get into this, Jen. This is a big record. First Mika baby's request of the day. You know what I mean? Let's get ready to get into it, man.
Let's get ready to get into this heat.
Yeah, this is a big record, man.
This is a big one, y'all.
Give it a nice rollout.
Yes, this is a big one, y'all.
Right. Shout out to Tori, right, me?
Yeah, you already? Yes. Shout out to Tori, man. Shout out to Tori Hart. And for those who don't know, she is the ex-wife of funny comedian Kevin Hart, you guys. Actor, comedian, you know what I mean? Boss, all of it, you know? So, like I said, man, this is dope. This is my Mika baby request of the day, y'all.
That's a fact.
This is Tori Hart, y'all, and the title of this track is
Lit. That is a fact, right, Mika baby? You know how we do Sound Show Radio every Saturday 2 to 3. DTF Radio, right? Mika baby had an exclusive pick right there. Some people may not know that Tori even did music. They might have just thought that was Kevin Hart's ex-wife and baby moms. You know what I'm saying? She's doing movies, music, and all of that. So you know how we do, man. Sound Show every Saturday 2 to 3. Mika baby's request. This is by Tori. This joint is called Lit. Let's go.
Get into the bag
You know how
with
we
my
do,
cash is
SS75.
fast. Never need to ask where the stash is massive. But I'll probably
All
put it
music
on the
displayed for
plastic,
promotional
it's
use
drastic.
only.
Talking mad shit has got me laughing, it's classic. Bullshit, but see I don't give in to the hate.
Mika
I
baby,
live
Mika baby,
focus
what?
on rags, not tricks. While you focused on
Hey,
the stash, you can see I'm
let's go.
thick,
They want
thick,
the bag. That's it.
That's
They
it.
think they mad. They sick.
They
I
sick.
hit the gas. Too quick.
Too quick.
My niggas ass.
Yes.
Too
thick,
thick.
thick,
Too bad.
too bad.
I know.
Mika baby's
It's
request.
just too bad.
Tori, this joint is called Lit. All music displayed for promotional use only.
It's
Unlit,
just too bad.
too lit, too lit.
Yes.
Got big bank gas in the tank. Tell her give me cash out the drawer while they drawing blank. Let me think how I wanna
Yes,
kill
Mika
it.
baby's request, you know how we do.
Nothing to a boss bitch slaying either way.
Right.
Ooh, ooh,
I know.
With a Birkin at. Big man, too bad, cause I'm working it. Diamonds on my neck, stay dancing, twerking that. Price going up on the advance, running up the racks. Top 40 in the club, you know what's up. When you see me walk in, better throw it up. Pretty bitches in the spot, always show me love. Everybody know I'm too lit, yeah, we going up.
Yes.
That's it.
You know how we do. Sound Show Radio. Every Saturday 2 to 3 right here at DTF, man.
Too bad. I'm lit. Too bad.
Come on, Mika baby.
Too bad. I'm lit. Too bad. Too lit.
Yeah, Sound Show right here every Saturday 2 to 3 p.m. right here at DTF Radio, you guys. Right here where we display some of the hottest hip hop, indie, mainstream, and R&B from artists all over the world, y'all. B from artists all over the world. Shout out to Tori Hart on this heat. Again, y'all, this is lit.
I love you.
It's the hottest indie and mainstream hip hop and R&B from artists all over the world. That is a fact, man. You know how we do. You know what I mean? Right. We're gonna go back to back with the Mika Baby request, flashpoint some joints, and then talk. You know what I mean? You know how we do, man. Sound Show every Saturday 2 to 3. You know what it is. You know what I mean? This next joint we about to get into is fire too, Mika Baby. Let's do. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. You know what I mean? That is a fact. That is a fact.
Eric Bellinger, y'all, featuring
7th Streeter.
And the title of this track is What About Us?
That is a fact.
Let's go.
Right. Eric Bellinger featuring 7th Streeter. What About Us? All music displayed for promotional use only. Mika Baby's request of the day. You know what I mean? That's a fact. We're going to speed through it and do our little rundown at the end of the show. Right,
what about me? What about you? What about love? What about trust? What about then? Talking back when you were hopping when I pull up. Listen about back then lately. Remember how I used to fuck you crazy? Backseat in the whip so wavy. It's so deep, almost at my baby. What about us? What about love? Girl, what's up? What about niggas back up? Tell them other niggas back up. Ooh, what about me? What about you? What about love? What about trust? What about me? What about love? What about us? What about girl 14 from the west side?
Dr. Eric Bellinger.
TLC, no left eye.
That's 7th Streeter.
How you gon' unfollow me? Leave me for the streets. Bad. There's no degree. How cold you could be. Bad. Girl, I remember the time I got receipts on my line. The naked cat, so that you front, don't you lie. I know your body like mine. Put that on slime. Girl, you been my favorite. Just do me one favor. Don't keep that too far from me. What about me? What about you? What about love? What about trust? What about then? Talking back when you were hopping when I pull up. Reminiscing about back then lately. Remember how I used to fuck you crazy? Backseat in the whip so wavy and so deep. Almost at my baby. What about us? What about love? Girl, what's up? What about niggas back up? Tell them other niggas back up. What about me? What about you? What about love? What about trust? What about me? What about love? What about us?
Gave my heart for the first time. He was alone. Even though I left with my head down, I was broken like promises. Don't play the victim with me. Guilty as can be bad. Do you believe the shit that you spit? Bad. Made me regret all the times I said I'm pissed in your line. You know the cash. Wish I could go and rewind. Put it all back in your mind. And that's on slime. You said be my baby. And you like the hate you. This is how it's gotta be. Yeah.
What about me? What about you? What about love? What about you? What about then? Tell me back when you were hopping when I pull up. Listen my back then lately. Remember how I used to fuck you crazy? I see it on that song. Only baby. What about us? What about Tell them other what about me? What about you? What about love? What about trust? What about me? What about love? What about us? What about us?
Sound Show every Saturday right here 2 to 3 p.m. where we display some of the hottest hip hop and R&B / Indian mainstream from artists all over the world. You guys, you already know how we do. Shout out to Eric Bellinger and 7th Streeter on this heat. This is What About Us, y'all. Let's go.
Mika Baby's request.
That's a fact, Mika Baby. You gotta say that right though, babe. Hottest indie and mainstream hip hop and R&B from artists all over the world. You know what I mean? If we don't say it right, it won't have the same hit. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You know, shout out to Eric Bellinger, shout out to Seven Streeter. A joint was called What About Us? All music displayed for promotional use only. You know what I mean? Sound Show 75. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to do like 10 minutes more, and then we're going to shut down, but we're going to speed through our show. You know what I mean? So we can get it through some more content, talk a little bit more and all that, right, Mika Baby? So what y'all want to do, Mika Baby? Let's do a quick halftime rundown, speed through. You know what I mean? Let's speed through that real quick so we can keep it moving. You know what I mean? You already know, man. Sound Show. Mika Baby, get ready to do that halftime rundown. Let's get ready to knock that out.
I know. All right, you guys, let's go. Sound Show every Saturday right here, 2 to 3 p.m. You guys, right here at DTF Radio. First and foremost, we are live on IG, Sound Show Radio. Myself, Mika Bugatti, High Sound Pros, and Red Sand 77. You guys, when he's with us. We are also being filmed from the station camera for live broadcast. You guys, it's a fact. We are available on YouTube, Vimeo, and Roku. You guys, so check that out. Those are other ways that you can see us as well.
Right.
Okay.
You could download.
You can download the DTF Radio app free
on Google Play and Apple Music
Store. You guys, so
that's
get
a
into
fact.
that as well.
That is a fact, Mika
You
Baby.
know, H.
Right.
Audio
only available on Spotify.
You guys.
That's right.
So
you want to listen to us?
The DTF Radio app.
Right. You want to listen to us only audio only? It's available on Spotify. You know what I mean? That's a fact, Mika Baby. Give us a little quick ENT so we keep going.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Taz Stacks on the check-in. We just played Peter Parker, my G. Check it out later on the show track list. Shit was number 3 in the show track list. Shout out to the homie Taz Stacks. Shout out to Montega. Yeah, keep going, Mika Baby. We getting ready to do an ENT rundown.
Yeah, so you know we had some dope joints that just dropped a couple of days ago.
That's a fact, right?
We got Moon Knight on the Disney Plus streaming app. You guys
for the sci-fi heads, right?
Marvel comic heads.
And the sci-fi.
I'm definitely one of them. Okay, right. Get into it. Yeah, so Moon Knight dropped, you guys. You can check it out on Disney Plus streaming app. So yes,
it dropped on Wednesday, right?
Yes, it did. It dropped on Wednesday. And another one, you guys, Morbius. You know, Marvel is on fire right now. Right. They dropping them like it's hot. You know what I mean? So Morbius is another Marvel dope joint that's dropped. Right. That's in theaters, you guys. So you want to check that out. It's called Morbius.
Right, for promotional
use only, and that's a Marvel joint, you guys.
Right. So I thank you, Mika Baby. Thank you, Mika Baby, for halftime and ENT rundown. So how anything for So How's halftime mentions? That's a fact. That's a fact. You know how we do. 75 episodes in, right? So how we working? You know what I mean? That is a fact. You know what I mean? 2 to 3. You know what I mean?
USC versus Duke.
Right. Right. You know how we do little So High sports analysis too on the college, on the NCAA, and the WrestleMania coming up as well. That's a fact, right, Mika Baby? Yo, man, this is a great show. So I'm getting ready to do Let's Be Clear Sound Show Radio. Let's Be Clear segment. Yo, Let's Be Clear segment H2. Yo, Sound Show 75, like So High said, season 7, episode 5. It's 10 episodes a season. Thanks to everybody who supports our journey as a radio squad, but we got so much more to go. You know what I mean? We've aired over 700 records. We had over 37 guests. You know what I mean? Next week, we're going to have a couple more guests coming through. We're having a 3-in-1 next week. So we had 37 guests. Next week, it'll be 40. We had over 40 reposts. We've aired songs from artists all over the world. Over 25 out of the 53 states, play songs in 2 countries. You know what I mean? We have so much stuff going on. Over 4,000 minutes of duration, recorded times, and filming shows. There's so much more to come, man. We got a lot of business stuff in the works that we don't even want to talk about on air. You know what I mean? It's just so much more to come with Sound Show Radio. Trust and believe that. You know what I mean? The doors is open. Shout out to all the people from the industry that's paying attention, that's watching what we're doing. We appreciate everybody's support. Shout out to Sound Show Radio, man. We just working our way through. You know what I mean? Yo, so we're going to play like 2 more records and close out. I think we got like 10 minutes and then we're going to make that happen and close out. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's a fact. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into the So Hot Up and Mika Baby request of the day. You want to get ready to announce that with us? Let's go, y'all. This is a big record, right, So High?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Shit.
One,
Snoop joint.
This is a big one.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. Shout out.
Right. Shout out to the West Coast legend. You know what I mean? That's right, so that's major. Shout out to the legend Snoop Dogg. Right. Shout out to him being the CEO of Def Jam and all of that, right, me? So let's. That's right. Let's get ready to lay that down, right, make it, baby?
Right, so let's go, y'all.
It's gonna make some money, right, so
This is the Sound Show Radio request of the day.
That's
y'all.
right.
How about that one?
Mm-hmm.
This is Snoop Dogg featuring Dave East, y'all, and
Fabulous.
The title of this track, y'all, is called
Make Some Money. That's what we all trying to do, right? We all trying to make some money. You know how we do. Shout out to the legend Snoop Dogg, man. We get ready to get into this joint, man. You know how we do, bro. Promotional use only.
What all the strippers saying?
You know how we do. Sound Show Radio, episode 75.
What all my niggas saying?
All music displayed for promotional use only.
Everybody like.
You know how we do. Sound Show Radio every Saturday to the Grizz, DTF Radio.
What all the strippers
It's displayed for promotional use only. That is a fact, right?
And all my niggas saying, what up, fam?
I used to take the money, now I make the
Shout out
money.
to Loso.
So my hoe with a trick and told her make the money. If it's growing
It's
on
so dope
trees,
how
I'm trying
Snoop
to
brought
rake
the
money.
East
Okay,
Coast
so
artists on
I'm
this one,
trying
right?
to Make the money. Back in Showtime, I get Laker money. No more
East Coast
Swiffy, I
artists
get
on the
Acre
West Coast
money.
sound.
I got hate your money, try to snake your money. And my OG
That's
said,
it, right, Mika, baby?
fake the funny when you
Sound Show Radio, Sound Show Radio request of the day. So high request of the day.
What all my niggas saying? Say that. Everybody like.
Make some money.
More money.
Yes.
Get your money like.
It ain't no question we work. More straight than a
Dave East, Harlem, New York. I caught you, Mika, baby. Shout to East, Harlem, New York.
Nigga never spit it.
Let's go. Shout out to the low.
Drop for the night, it's salt and pepper. Jeff Hamilton stitching the gang on my level.
Shout out to all the locs as well.
I ain't missing a dollar, so bag full of extra.
Shout out to the West, shout out to the East Coast. Yes.
What all my
Trying
niggas
to
saying?
make some money.
Say that.
Yes.
Everybody like. More money. Get your money like. Yes. Niggas tripping off of hoes, nigga, them ain't even yours, you better stick to the script, trip, get chips and dip and just, yeah, see I was young too, gun too, come through, a nigga had to, yeah, I'm willing and dealing and chilling, Def Jam in the building, we came to, yes sir, what all the strippers saying, what all my niggas saying, say that. Everybody like
Bugged out.
more money.
I hope you have it, so
Get your money like yes.
right.
For real,
You know how we do. All music is safe for promotion use only. Hate that, right?
Cold thing about
I hope you still got it. Try to see.
You gotta watch out.
Yes.
You gotta watch out.
Go right, go keep on through. And I get, you know what I mean? That is a fact, man. You know how we do Sound Show every Saturday to the 3 DTF Radio. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is a fact. You know how we do, man. We appreciate it so much, man. That was so high request of the day. That was some heat, yo. Right, you know what I mean? So, Mika, baby, got any questions? Any final 2 questions you want to ask me for this first round of questioning, and then we move on to the next episodes, and we'll continue on that process. You know what I mean? Hey, when they do that, right, Swab?
Yes, we do.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, now make a baby. Now make a baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Now
blood
that's in there for
clot.
That bullshit.
Yeah.
Yo.
And sometimes when you're playing a lot of
Bullshit,
plays, you
yo.
still gonna post it up and all of that. But sometimes when you're doing live displays, this is what happens with the IG. It be fighting sometimes, you know what I mean? Go back and continue on, Mika, baby, and finish up.
What's up, everybody? I had
what I mean?
to just start my live.
Yep, you
over
had to
again.
reset, right?
Yep, had to reset. You know,
Right, you know what I mean?
Those who are joining me now.
That's
you
a
know, what
fact.
to do, everybody.
That's a fact, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we back on. You know we're gonna put up that part, Meek. We're gonna put up the first
You
part.
already know, H. You already know.
Right, so we
I mean, where you want to sit at? You want to
Right,
sit here?
I'm gonna go right back here.
Okay.
With the final 2 questions.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Copy,
For the day.
copy.
You know what I mean? We got a great day, great show. You know?
Dope show.
Final 2 questions, final 2 songs, all of that.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
So hot up. That's a fact. All right, y'all. So again, we got H2, y'all,
That
for
is
the
a
rest
fact.
of his interview. You know, getting interviewed by your girl Mika, baby.
That's a fact, man.
Yes,
we actually
yes.
interviewing ourselves, right? So
That's a fact.
Yep, that's a
Dope.
fact, Mika, baby.
So I
Let's
have
keep
another
on going.
question for you, H.
That's a fact.
Let's do it. Tell us how Sound Show Radio was created.
Oh man, y'all, we all know.
Yeah, we definitely know, but tell the world, tell everybody else.
So during quarantine time, right? You know how people were trying to be creative and doing stuff in the crib and all of that kind of stuff. What's the matter?
I was gonna hold it for you.
Okay. Yeah, so you know how during quarantine time, you know, people are doing a lot of stuff. I didn't know me because I went like most the whole show doing it that way.
I know.
So anyway, you know what I mean? We went through quarantine time, you know what I mean? And like people were trying to be creative in the crib, just doing stuff. So, you know, so How was already coming through, right, Mika Baby? Me and Mika Baby's together. So we in the crib. And I just started, you know, I'm always producing tracks in the house, playing songs that I created and all that. So what we started doing, right, so How, you know, we started putting together like just different displays of independent songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In an order though, and that became the Sound Show. It wasn't Sound Show Radio yet, right, so How? Until we came to DTF Radio. It was just the Sound Show, right, so How?
Facts.
So
that's a fact.
I would sit in front of the computer like most producers with their equipment, and then so How would come through, and then we'll mirror the television. You can move the camera around to me, because when it's just still, that's boring. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so How would come through some time, you know what I mean, and then he would also we would mirror the TV and have everything that's being filmed in the house on a live monitor, so he was watching everything that was happening in the house to see, make sure it was nothing. No glitches, everything was on point, almost like a technical standpoint of filming the show. You know what I mean? So this is how So How became broadcast tech for Sound Show Radio. And Mika Baby, we will all sit at the table, right? You know, plays our pre-rolls and all of that and play the music and just enjoy the music, right, y'all? Right. So then we started getting Mika Baby to start helping me announce some of the songs, right? So How? Yeah. So this is how Mika Baby started becoming the co-host of Sound Show Radio. The Sound Show was created pretty much in the crib during quarantine time. And then in July, you know, I've been in DTF Radio before. It looked much different, you know what I mean? Years ago, we talking 2016 and all that. It looked so much different years ago, but I came here before as a guest on another platform. But I seen the opportunity for openings to have platforms here at DTF. So I just met up with the CEO, you know what I mean? And here we are, you know, the rest is history. That's fire. 1 year and a half later, and 75 episodes in Sound Show Radio, right? You know, so that's how Sound Show Radio was created, right, Mika Baby? Yeah, that's dope. Y'all heard it here, man. That's right. So that's how we brought in after we're the main three. So pan around, put the camera on yourself too. I'm explaining how everybody started it, so you can't leave yourself out of it too. That's a fact. You know what I mean? So I explained how I started it, and then So How, and then Mika Baby, and as a collective, it became Sound Show. The Sound Show. The Sound Show. Came here, the DTF Radio. That's when it became Sound Show Radio. And that's when we started playing mainstream music combinated with independent music. To show people that, you know, the independent music is what it's all about. But it's hot enough to be paired up with the mainstream music. So that was the whole point and premise of how we created the show and why we created the show. And now we have one of the best platforms, the independent artists, right now to this day. So y'all gotta clap it up for ourselves for that. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Sound Show Radio, man. We get ready to close out soon, man. Yeah, we get ready to definitely close out soon, man. That's a fact, man. Music. Yeah, that's a fact, man. So, you know what I mean? What you think? I just close out with the Lux joint. We save the cold record till next week? Yeah. All right, so we're going to close out, man. This was a good day, man. We're going to close out with this Loaded Lux exclusive record off the Sound Pros Compilation 1. Right, y'all? Shout out to everybody, you know what I mean? You want to play a little 1 minute of cold joint just to fill it in the track list? Or next week? All right, yeah, we're just going to play exclusive joint from J. Cole. Shout out to Cole and the new Dreamville project, but we're going to hold it to next week. You know what I mean? Right, you know what I mean? We don't want to go through none of that, you know what I mean? We wait till next week, but we're going to close out. We usually begin and end the show as we usually do with Sound Pros joints, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to close out with this hot record, like I said, off the Sound Pros Compilation 1. Shout out to the homie Loaded Lux. Y'all seen the promo that I put up, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you had Loaded Lux on the promo and all of that, right? That shit was so hot, man, you know what I mean? Shout out to Loaded Lux, man. You know how we do this shit, man. Harlem legend, you know what I mean? Battle rap, UFC, you know what I mean? URL, battle rap legend, you know what I mean? So much more, man, right, y'all? This was a dope episode, right, Mika Baby? Go ahead, one more question. Tell them, any ultimate goals for us? Go ahead. Any ultimate goals? Right, our final question, right? What was our ultimate goals, right? Our final goals.
You know, the final question for your interview. What goals do you have for Sound Post Productions and Sound Show?
What's our ultimate goals?
What is our ultimate goal?
Our ultimate goal for Sound Post Production is to be revered as one of the hot production companies, right? So how like Trackmasters, like Neptunes, and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? You know what I mean? It's we just want to be revered as one of the hottest production companies. You know what I'm saying? Myself, H2 of the Sound Pros, I'm the main producer, but we also have my cousin Trey Banger, and we also have my homeboy Luck. You know what I mean? So those are additional other producers of Sound Post Production. Of course, I'm the flagship producer. You know what I mean? H2 of the Sound Pros, but it is 3 of us as producers. Shout out to my cousin Trey Banger. Shout out to my man Luck as well. You know what I mean? Me and Soha handle the Sound Show radio thing and the technical business stuff. So that's what we on, man. But ultimate goals for Sound Pros, man, definitely to push forward, work with more up-and-coming artists, break their careers, help them push their career forwards and break new independent artists. And then, of course, like every other producer, we want to work with mainstream artists as well. You know what I mean? More mainstream artists as well to continue to push the brand for Sound Pros. Ultimate goal for Sound Show Radio, right, y'all? We want a broadcast deal, right, y'all? Right, Soha? Right, Mika, baby? Yeah, we working for this broadcast deal. We want sponsorships. We want endorsements. We want everything that's supposed to come with having a popping radio station, show, and platform. You know what I mean? So, we looking for big things. Shout out to all the labels that's checking us out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Empire Records. Shout out to EQ Distribution. Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? So much more to come. So we getting ready to close out, man, with this record from the Sound Post compilation, part 1. Shout out to the homie Loaded Lux, right, me? Yeah, we're going to close out with this fire record, right, y'all? This is by Sound Pros featuring Loaded Lux. This joint is called It's Like That. Produced by me, H2 for Sound Pros Productions. And we're going to close out with this. Sound Pros Productions. Let's go.
Stop music.
Copy. Oh, roger that. My spaceships dip front, side, back. Oh, contact. And cognac. Way to easy on them Terminators, man. I'll be back. I got that cold flow. You know your dog, so Pluto. As I round Jupiter, about to get more stupid. So low, won't go. You need more rooters, bro. No toe to toe.
You know what we do, Mika, baby.
Shoot for y'all. Not the hurricane. Know that Mary Jane. What they do me, baby.
Shout out to the homie Loaded Lux. It's Like That. Produced by me, H2 of the Sound Pros.
Till they bury me, life is not gon' worry me. Them hoes know two-though, one slow, get that two-though. Coop hit Jupiter, niggas look all stupid up. In they face, break away, in a stick, right? Nobody dies, 9-5 pennies lazy.
You know how we do, man. Sound Show every Saturday, 2 to 3, DTF Radio. What's the matter,
I got that cold flow, you know,
I know,
so
it's okay.
Pluto. As I round Jupiter, about to get more stupid up. How to Zeus for scrape niggas like a loofah, right? For 1 hug, 2 for 1. You can come. We in hell. It's in the air. Shorty said that he was like bushy bear.
It's the
fucking
snow
naked in the basement on a chair.
Right.
Can't find a penny since you put them underwear. Still with it. Sin City. Fat ass, big titties. Get with me. So immense. It's too intense. Baby girl, look how I can sell pussy to a pimp. These niggas broke though, too low. Poppy got mucho. Bank account sumo. You niggas gon' have to do more. Nah, I ain't ballin', but I could probably help you though. Listen, man, I got the same job description as you go. Boss, bitch, tell me what could you do for appointments for my Chi-Town girl, then at Juco. Try chill, battle rappers don't wanna see me coolo. Why guys one try turning me back to Cujo? No go, you know your dog flow, Pluto. Out of battle rap to the top, homie, now you go. Styling for homies on the island, wildin' and valiant from the bar down. He called mine, be in Italian. You love me, don't you? How could you hate me though? You hear a lot of rappers, but I'm your favorite though. You're like that Lions Den, took it to HBO. If they don't take it so, we gon' take it to show. Time will tell, I'm in this bitch high as hell. I'm a hustler, baby, anything I buy, I sell. I'm investing in your girl, got the finest tail. Lot of Zinfandel, pink champagne and cocktails. Don't flinch, you know when I hit them it's intense. For my niggas in the pen and the baby girl with the band. Just get hit with this paper to pay the rent. For my groovy model ladies that love to stay in the land. Whole world, you know your dog flow, Pluto. As I round Jupiter's about to get more stupid up. Speaks from my broad, I'm up this world up in Mars. Tell my main man Drake, I done gone so far.
Shout out to Loaded Lux. You heard him mention Drake, right? Like my man Drake, I done came so far. Sound Show every Saturday 2 to 3 right here, DTF Radio, man. We display some of the hottest Indian mainstream hip hop and R&B from artists all over the world. Shout out to my boy Loaded Lux, man. Yo, that was a fire record. That was Sound Pros featuring Loaded Lux. It's Like That, produced by me, H2 of the Sound Pros. Song is available on song is available on Sound Pros compilation, part 1, available on thatpiff.com right now. Make sure y'all go check that out, right, y'all? This was a hot show, man. Sound Show episode 75. Little breakdown, a little bit about myself, H2, Sound Pros Productions as a producer. We're going to talk more. We get more in depth and more stuff, you know what I mean, later on in another time. This was a great show still, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes RGB bugging right so high, but we got content regardless. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it happen. Sound Show Radio, thank y'all for tuning in. You know how we do, man. Sound Show Radio every Saturday 2 to 3, DTF Radio. We really thank y'all we really appreciate everybody's support, right, y'all? And we holla at y'all next week. You know what I mean? That's a fact. One. That's a fact. Damn, I know that Snoop song, it tripped you.